ersnews.com is reporting. I mean, some people know who I am, a lot of them don't, but who the heck is ersnews.com? I mean, literally, I was given credibility sight unseen, and that happens with TMZ, as you're probably familiar with, and you know, just even with O.J. Simpson, you see them on network news, and they're attributing the content, the journalistic credibility to websites that they're not verifying, checking, and they do that every day with the AP and the Reuters Wire as well, but it's all just becoming one big mass media.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, when you all look at the media landscape 20 years, 30 years, 50 years from now, where are we going? Where's this headed? Are there still going to be newspapers and local TV news shows, or is everything going to be on the internet? Or
there'll always be newspapers, and there'll always be local TV. There's
in a different form, though?
Well, I don't know what form. There may be a more efficient way of putting them out, but there's, you know, there is going to be huge improvements in handheld devices, and so it's easier to do that. Unlike today, where they're just trouble. But there'll always be, I think there'll always be a newspaper, just because it's a convenient, permanent form that's there that you can carry with you. You can take on the train easily. You can have it with you. You can look at it's easy to find the ads. It's a convenient form. There's always going to be local television, because people want to know what's happening. And there are people who have a broad interest. I mean, if you're interested in what happened in the war, which a lot of people really are interested in the war. Probably more people around here are interested in the war than what happened to the mayor. I mean, over a period of time. Well, then you go to some place that has the resources, that puts reporters over there in Baghdad, who has a large operation there, like the Los Angeles Times does, and you just get a lot of information. You get a lot of information about Washington. You're worried about your health care. You know, you're not. I mean, is it easier just to pick up your newspaper or to go on the website and see what's happening that day, or are you going to have to Google health care and then work your way down a long list, you know, of things? So I'm just saying, it's not going to be as big as it once was.
The newspapers.
But I think it's going to be there. But
and in a printed form, on paper, not just electronic.
I'm not sure. I mean, how do I know? I teach this journalism class.
Well, then you're supposed to know.
No, I don't know anything. All I know, you know, they have all these professors at USC and institutes who talk about this bullshit. You know, they talk about it all.
Hello.
Here's what I do. Here's what I do.
I didn't hear that, did I?
Here's what I do. I teach these sophomores and juniors something that they'll need to get a job anywhere. Your station, LA Times, anywhere. At your place, when it expands, I teach them how to write simple, direct sentences that have a lot of pep and power. Now, I said, if you learn how to do that, and then you learn something about the reporting in your reporting class, you'll be able to make a living. Now, that's what I do. Now, I don't have any idea of what's going to happen to this business in 30 or 40 years. And actually, I don't have to, right?
What do you guys think about that?
Mores can change. In the 1950s, we had Hollywood Confidential, and then there was a big swing away from gossip. So right now, there's a lot more gossip in the news media than there used to be. And as a result of the internet, there may become a social backlash against gossip as people realize how much privacy they've given up. And so there will always be gossips. But even what we do is limited by social mores. Every gossip has a home address, and people, if they violate social mores too much, people will come to their home address and make life really difficult for them. So we don't know how social mores are going to change, and even, you know, flamboyant, outlandish characters on the web still live within what's socially acceptable.
Interesting. So even substantively, you're saying that that there could be a backlash against some of what's being driven
when
right
people
now.
realize how much their lives can be devastated by
yeah.
what some joker can put out on the internet, and people may say, hey, you know, we're invading way too much politicians' lives, so the good people are running for office. There may be a change in the culture so that we back away, even though that doesn't seem likely right now.
Well, we got the two Erics to hear from. What do you think about where's this headed?
Like him, I wish I knew. You know, I really have no idea. I mean, I hope there's a place for trusted brands, whether they're on the web, whether they're on a television station, whether it's a newspaper. You know, I really think that, you know, that part of what we do is worthwhile and valuable. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. You know, I believe in it. You know, I am a believer in what we're doing. I hope that there's a future for it. Sometimes I wonder, though. You know, I don't know.
Eric?
Yeah, I think there definitely is. I just think there's going to be a leveling. You know, the internet is new and it's expanding and growing, and television and radio and traditional media are shrinking, diminishing every year, but there's going to be a leveling at some point where they sort of all equal out and it's just a new medium. I mean, when radio came along, you know, it was a gimmick and and sort of thing, and people were new to it and didn't know what to do with it. Then it became the traditional media as well, and so will the internet, and it'll all sort of level out, and people will go where they best feel whatever they're seeking, news and information and entertainment as well.
It's a great time for the consumer, actually. I mean, there's so many different sources now of information that you can't, if you're not lazy, if you're willing to go out there and learn and surf around a little bit and find the different sources, that you could actually find out a bunch of different facets of any given subject.
Yeah, but it also comes at a time when people have less time to consume news. I mean, there's just so many other things going on in people's lives.
Even all medium, from the internet to mainstream to TV and radio. Now, you know, we have citizen journalism. You know, we have, I mean, the people are going to go get the information. The technology is enabling people to go get the news wherever it is, from whoever it is being generated by, whether it comes through a filter of me or Eric or the LA Times or anywhere. You know, there's guys on the ground in Iraq who are blogging and providing information, and some people just want to listen to them. They don't want to listen to Eric or me or anybody, and so they're just going to go and get it from all the different places it can be obtained. And you know, some people want it all condensed and edited and a certain perspective put on it. Some people just want the raw information. I mean, YouTube, they just want to see something, you know. They want to see something happen, you know. They want to see some car run into a wall or a thing blow up or something funny or something stupid or something important. They just want to go get it themselves.
And with that, we're going to have to call it a show. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate your being here. I'm afraid that's all the time we have tonight. Again, I want to thank all of you for being on this LA Roundtable, and I want to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Dave Bryan. For all of us here at LA City View, thanks a lot for watching.